Hi everyone, Ken from Miniature Wargaming Warriors, and today I am going to be showing you how I paint white. In front of you, you can see some Austrian infantry that I've been painting up at the moment for the Napoleonic Wars. So everyone keeps asking me, Ken, how do you paint your white? What do you do? Is it quick and easy like your other contrast stuff? And yeah, it really is really simple. I know that white is not people's favourite colour to paint, and it can be a real pain in the ass, but I think I've got a technique that's narrowed it down, and quick, simple and easy. Pretty much it's 3 steps and you can't go wrong with it. So I'm just going to take you through a little bit of paint theory of why white's such a pain in the ass to paint, and then I'll get on showing you how I actually do it. Okay, so why is white in particular a pain in the bum to actually paint? It's because it's very translucent. That's the simple step behind it. It's very translucent paint, and there's a lot of videos out there, Goobertown Hobbies being one. He goes through the chemicals that are used to actually make up the pigments and things that are used to make up the actual paint itself. But white is a very translucent colour, so you have to do many layers of it to cover stuff over if you want it to look smooth and thin. So what I'm going to do now, I've put some colours onto a lollipop stick. I've got a black, I've got a grey, I've got a dark brown, and I've also just got the white there just to show you a reference. And basically I'm going to paint over all of these, and I'm going to show you like how translucent it is. So the black's first, and as you can see I'm putting this on. I've watered the paint down 50-50, and you know it's pretty translucent. It's still coming through, and it's not a great finish just for the single coat. You're going to need many coats to cover that black over, and even then still you're probably still going to get it to be quite a dark colour, like a dark white, a dull white, like a matte finish. If you're going for like that sort of thing, works really well. But putting white over black is an. And now we're going to do the grey. So the grey is what I use. It's Grey Seer from Games Workshop. I normally apply a spray over mine, but this is the actual paint form, and this I find is one of the best colours, this and the Wraithbone that Games Workshop do, for actually going over with white. So what I tend to do, if I'm going to be using an opaque colour like a white or a yellow, I normally build up with a grey underneath first. So even if I do have a black, I'll then go over it with grey, and then I'll go over it with white. But you can see here, even with the brown, you know, it's not as good as the grey, and the grey overall I think is the best. So I've got my Austrian in front of me, and predominantly his uniform is white. I've done most of the other details, but what I tend to do with, if I'm doing all white uniforms, is I don't want everything to be the same tone. So you can see I've got my Grey Seer spray primer on there. Haven't done anything else to it yet, but I get this matte white from the army painter, and I'll just pick out little details that I want to be a different tone of white when I'm done, because when the wash actually goes on, it's going to darken everything up, but it's still going to leave, you know, the brighter white that little bit brighter. So I'm going for the cross straps, and also straps on his backpack I will paint white, and the on the musket itself it has a strap for the sling for the musket. That's going to be white as well. So I do this, and then I will apply an army painter wash. The wash consistency, as you can see, I do say 3 drops of the army painter dark tone, and then I do 7 drops of the quick shade mixing medium. Really good stuff, and that seems to be about the right consistency I get for when it's ready for the final step once it's dry. So when I'm applying the wash itself, I make sure to put it over the whole miniature and keep an eye out for pooling. You don't want to have loads of pooling and loads of big splodges everywhere. Try and keep it thin and spread out so it dries nice and evenly. So this is the final step, and it's a bit of a controversial subject, is I don't thin this white paint down now. So this is the Army Painter matte white, and this literally goes on, you know, normal, just out of the tub. It seems wrong, and it doesn't seem right, especially with white, but I spread it out quite thinly because it seems to be a well enough consistency that I can still spread it out, and it seems to work, and it works, and I'm happy with the result. So I'm gonna suggest you do that. Might not be up your boat, but that's how I do it, and it seems to work fine. So yeah, Army Painter matte white straight out of the tub. I don't apply a huge amount at a time, but I spread it out quite thinly. So I make sure to get all the trousers, the arms, leaving the recesses. That's the important thing. Leave those recesses free so you can see a darker tone to a lighter tone. Very important, that is. So make sure you leave the recesses free, and like I say, 1 coat of the matte white over the rest of the areas that you want to do white. You can see on the buckle there I've gone over white again, and it's still brighter than the trousers. That's because before I applied the wash I obviously painted the matte white over the straps, so they still pop a bit more than the trousers will, and it still gives you the definition. Okay everyone, so now you've seen how I paint the white on all my troops. So this goes for Italians, it will go for anything fantasy, you know, literally this technique is what I use for everything that I do white. So I hope you guys have found this helpful, and this helps new painters or anybody that might be looking to paint white and it's struggling. So make sure you share the video, like, comment, subscribe if you can. Head over to the Facebook group and check out the Plastic Crap podcast on a Monday night, 8 PM UK time. It's where us 4 YouTubers get together and we like to have a little chat and a rant and a rave sometimes about different subjects to do with the hobby. This week we've got a really cool guest coming on from Bad Squiggo Miniatures, so really looking forward to that, and I'll see you again very soon guys, and bye bye for now.